Who is speaking when you read a poem? Is it the poet, the page, or you? Tonight we step into the quiet room where reader and the text meet and listen for the voice that appears between them. So, you are listening to Beyond Words. Here I am your host Sayanta Paul and this is episode number 11, The Reader in the Room. So, let's start. We will explore how readers co-create meaning, why translation matters in a bilingual life, and how attention becomes a kind of authorship. By the end, you will have one poem to sit, one lens to try, and on a small practice for the week. We often treat meaning as something hidden inside a text, waiting to be found. But many writers and theorists suggest meaning happens in the encounter between page and person, sound and silence, English and suppose another language. In a world of noise, the reader's attention is not passive, it's an act of creation. So tonight we will ask who speaks when we read, and how does our language, memory, and mood shape the voice we hear. Before we analyze, let's listen. This is a short piece I wrote for this episode, between two breathings. As you listen, notice where your breath slows, where your word lingers, and where your mind adds something the line didn't say. So let's start again. Between two breathings, the page waits, not empty, but listening. A word lands, light as dust, heavy as a door. In the margin, my shadow writes back. English says, home. Hindi answers, ghar. Between them, a room appears. Let's hold one idea, the reader as co-author. When a line breaks, when an image blurs, the reader steps in to complete the gesture. That's not a flaw, it's an invitation. In postcolonial and bilingual context, this gets even richer. Translation isn't just swapping words, it's carrying a world across. A word, maybe in Hindi, may carry a texture that English can't hold, and also vice versa. That gap is where meaning breathes. Back to the micropoem. The line English says home, but in Hindi it answers ghar. Opens a space. Your pause, your accent, your memory of home. This become part of the poem's voice. Theory meets texture here. The text proposes, and the reader disposes, and in disposing creates. Now, a quick story. 2-4 sentences about a moment when reading the same line in English and suppose in Bengali or Hindi gave you two different feelings, or when a listener's interpretation surprised you. This is why I make this show, to honor the many rooms where reading happens and the many voices that appear here. Now let's read another short piece. The margin writes back. This time listen for the silences. The kashura. The line breaks. The unsaid. Hear how the poem changes when you allow your own breath to write alongside it. So let's start again. I underlined a word. It underlined me. The sentence bent, then held. In the white space, a question grew fit. It walked to the edge of the page and waited for my voice to cross. So here is your practice for the week. Choose one line from today's micropoems or any line you love. copy it by hand in English, then write a sibling line in any language, your comfortable language, that captures the feeling, not a literal translation but a companion. Read both versions once in the morning and once at night. Note one word that shifts meaning between two languages. Reading is not extraction, it's the collaboration. The reader in the room is not a guest, they are a co host. So, if this episode changed how you hear a line, share it with one friend who reads deeply, and follow Beyond Words on Spotify and from wherever you are listening. Also follow me on other social media platforms. Thank you so much for listening this podcast. See you soon.